It is said that a large number of Indian developers are on the verge of losing their job. Aren't you curious about what's going on? Have you ever heard of an Indian tutorial? It's a kind of meme that's popular. If you search for a topic you don't know on YouTube, it means that an Indian instructor will explain it. It means that any subject will have an Indian instructor. Indian tutorials are particularly relevant in the field of artificial intelligence and programming, standing out. There were many reviews that it was more beneficial than most coding educational institutions. Did you know that there are many Indians among AI developers, especially in Silicon Valley? There's no racial discrimination, and there's an encouragement for failure. It's because there's a unique culture. By the way, Sundar Pichai, CEO of Alphabet People of Color from India. Back to the Indian tutorial. I think it's a great opportunity for an Indian to become a global IT teacher. What's the secret? India has developed an IT outsourcing industry. What this means is it means that all subcontracting businesses in the IT field have developed. So from writing programming code to catching bugs, big tech companies are driving cost savings. We subcontract overseas developers with low prices. India is sweeping this business. More than half of all businesses are taken from the United States. The fact that Indians dominate the AI and IT education video sectors on YouTube also stems from these outsourcing industries. Usually, considering subcontractors, the number of employees is high. India also has a growing outsourcing industry. There's also a lot of developers. As time went by, there were more veteran engineers. Most of them are good at English. So I was able to enter the US in large numbers. To get to the point, this is an important role in the AI market. What's unique about Indian developers? It's being discovered. The position of Indian developers, it's getting very narrow. According to a recent CNBC report, Stability AI CEO Ahmed Mostak said most of the outsourced developers working in India will lose their jobs within a year or two. What this means is with the development of generative AI such as ChatGPT, the position of software programmers at the intermediate level, it's been compromised. I told you that India carries out a number of subcontracting. Usually, most of the subcontracting projects are intermediate level projects. It's done by intermediate developers. The bottom line is that generative AI is threatening the jobs of developers working in India. As Mostak said, a big change is expected within a year or two. So what happens to developers in India? There's one more unusual change that's being detected. Indian developers to Korea and Japan. It means they're coming across. In the case of Korea, the annual salary of developers has easily exceeded 100 million over the past few years. On the other hand, Indian developers are receiving a lot of attention from companies because they are half of the Korean developers' ransom. It can be seen that only a few companies have hired Indian developers, but it is a wind blowing in the AI market. There are even companies that introduce Indian developers to Korea. Korea's small and medium enterprises and rural areas, Southeast Asian workers who replace simple labor. Now we're fast forwarding to the IT field, digging into it. Indian tutorials are back in Korea. I think it could be popular. Thank you for watching the video.